just a moment. It's going to be Liquid Jinro. Can he get the last win that the World All-Stars need to take this Clash of the Houses? Or is his opponent going to be able to get Incredible Miracle back in the game again? We're going to find out who it's going to be pretty soon. Waiting to see. The map is Shakuris. And we're waiting to see who Incredible Miracle is putting forward. Looks like IMHappy. Interesting. And I feel happy about casting this game, but IMHappy, a player that, a Terran player. Okay, so they're sending out TVT against Jinro. I've never seen IMHappy play before. Is he going to be the mysterious savior for Incredible Miracle? We're going to find out in this game. This could be it. The loading screen has commenced. It's going to be TVT on Shakuris Plateau. I am pumped. Here we go. It's going to be IMHappy spawning as the teal Terran, or the baby blue Terran, I suppose you could say, up at the 11 o'clock position on Shakuris Plateau. His opponent is going to be the beast from Sweden, Liquid Jinro, spawning as our red Terran player down at the 5 o'clock position on Shakuris Plateau. So our first TVT, a matchup that can be epic every time. I can't wait to see how this game is going to go. What do you think, Kelly? Kelly? Alright, Kelly is around here somewhere.
Hi.
But, oh, there she is. Welcome back, Kelly. I was all excited.
Well, you didn't remember that I said I need to go and puke because there were so many sweet games.
Did you actually do that?
So, I mean, he has played two really amazing sets, and on, TVT maps, we have seen him done amazing Mac play in his GSL matches. Like, Jinro really favor Mac plays on TVT, which is really interesting because not a lot of Terrans want to go into, like, just Thors and Banshees and Siege tanks because they need so much micro, but Jinro really revolutionized that. So, what I rate is, even though it's a TVT, when Jinro is playing, he's, like, just not part of the Terran society. He's in another war. He's the fourth race.
That's the fourth race of Terran.
Yeah.
Jinro TVT. We'll have to see. He's beaten Protoss players in epic games tonight. He's beaten a Zerg player in an epic game tonight. He only needs to win this TVT in an epic fashion to kind of complete the trifecta of epicness, of awesomeness in this tournament tonight. Jinro sending out a scout a little bit earlier. We have to see what he sees as the scout move up the ramps. He's actually going to see basically a mirror image of what he saw in his own base. He's going to scout that gas, look for the second gas, not see it. So no super early second gas, but no Terran player in their right mind would really put a gas down that early, a second gas, unless you wanted to go for something really fast. I actually do have a build that I put down a gas immediately after I start my orbital command, my second gas. It's kind of a bad opening, but I love to do it. It's fun.
Well, really early second gas, which just basically means like Banshee, I would think.
Usually, yes. Although I do it to siege tank drop. Stunned silence.
Siege tank drop. I mean,
it's drop. Yeah, not on this map.
Yeah, it's really hard to do siege tank drops because it's very highly possible that they would catch you, and then it's not really worth it because you invest so much in getting that medivac and siege tanks. So it's really risky to do because the moment you lose that drop, they'll just counter-attack you.
That's actually the thing that I like about the opening, though, is because when you do that drop, even if it does get cleaned up pretty quickly, back at your base, you've got barracks with a reactor on it to get tons of Marines. You've got a bunker up. You've got 2 or 3 siege tanks waiting in the wings. So you're usually actually pretty safe, even if you do lose that drop. And on a map like Scrap Station, there's like a little arrow of land you can kind of snuggle the siege tank into. And yeah, I like snuggle my siege tanks into parts of maps. Don't you snuggle siege tanks? Not as a Zerg player, you probably don't.
I snuggle with banelings.
Oh, okay, well there you go. That sounds a little bit dangerous, but see, if you snuggle up next to a siege tank, it can't shoot you, so a little bit safer there. But yeah, that's what I like to do. It's a terrible opening, but I love it.
You love it. As long as you like your own playing style. He's actually... It looks like he's getting Banshee. He's swapping that stuff out over, so... Well, I hope that works out for him, because Jinro is actually expanding right now, so it might actually work.
Yeah, if he does go Cloak Banshee, which he does have enough to start Cloak very soon, he's going to start that first Banshee first, I guess. But depending how fast he's able to get there and get Cloak, Jinro may not be totally prepared for it. No Engineering Bay quite yet for Jinro.
Oh my god, he's getting that cloak.
Okay, he is getting Cloak. So, depending on the scan timings, this could be pretty bad for Jinro.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to see what happens, though.
Jinro does has 50 energy very soon on his command center, so let's see what he does with that. If he save it, it might be for just to check what IMHappy is doing. He might get to scan that starport with Tech Lab.
Oh,
so,
Jinro! He did not see it.
Oh dear. His scan absolutely did not see that, and he is going to be beating himself for that. He's thinking, oh my god, I scanned completely the wrong place because all I see is one barracks.
Yeah, good positioning there.
Though.
What?
The Banshee, I mean, the SCV did scout the Banshee.
Oh, that's good. That is actually a huge relief. But here's the thing, I just found out. I just found out that IMHappy right now is ranked 5th overall on the Korean ladder. That is a pretty impressive accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he kills off the SCV building the engineering bay too.
Number one right now, I think, is ST Bomber, but he does have scan left on his expansion, on his natural SCV, so here comes the Marines. I mean, there's not really much that Happy can do except kite and try to distract as much as possible, and at the same time expanding. Jinro is also getting a Raven.
Jinro being very, very careful here as well. Stim has finished. Is he going to be able to catch the Banshee? No. He needs to finish that engineering bay. It has finished, but he's going to need a turret as well. Another scan. The Banshee does go down. Great, great catch by Jinro. Nice job, but Banshee number 2 is coming in from the left side of the base. Taking out one SCV already. Moving in right now, scanning. Those Marines getting very, very low. One shot from the Banshee is going to take out each one of those Marines. There is a Raven out now, so Jinro should be fairly safe, although with some nice micro Happy could do a lot of damage. And another thing that Jinro needs to worry about now too is he just doesn't have a lot of units in general, and the Marines that he does have are so low on health.
Well, but he also knows that because to get, I mean, as a Terran player himself, to do a Banshee opening, you have to invest so much in firstly teching up to getting starport with Tech Lab, and so he knows that he's safe for a period of time. And he also has Raven up right now, so he can catch back on economy by just using Muse instead of using it for scan to try to catch the Banshee.
Yeah, the Raven is going to be hugely helpful. Now, taking a look at the income tab, Jinro's a little bit ahead, 31 to 30, not enough to really make a difference, but he hasn't really been able to make use of that second base yet. IMHappy in the meantime has been able to transfer some SCVs. So overall, Jinro doing a little bit better. He does have a Reaper kind of hanging out as well, maybe to do some scouting a little bit later. But Jinro needs to kind of do something to get ahead in the army count right now. He is behind 54 to 65. Not a huge amount, but it is cause for concern. I guess.
So I guess we'll be seeing this translate into a very late game because mid game for Terrans are basically mostly Marines, Viking, and siege tanks. Later on, what would be very interesting is to see that this Banshee. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Jinro managed to take out 2 Banshees. There is a tank there. Jinro does have more Marines, and he does have a Raven as well. That auto turret helping out quite a bit. Jinro may actually be able to take out both those tanks. No, he's able to. Oh no, he is able to take out one of the tanks. Another one just barely escapes. Nice job from Jinro. He's going to continue to push it. Looks like he knows after taking out those tanks that Happy is not going to have a whole lot left. Happy trying to escape with that tank. Nice scan by Jinro, not running and getting those Marine kills. Jinro is really playing better tonight than I have seen him play in a long time.
Well, this just proves like everyone who has said anything bad about Jinro. You know, this just shows that he's the strongest foreign Terran player there is on the world right now. Here comes a siege. So Jinro did manage to get a siege before. Happy actually does, but he has not enough army at the moment. But that was still good. The thing right now is Happy actually does have Banshees, and having Banshee means that if they do transit into a game where there are a lot of siege tanks, those Banshees can snipe the siege tanks, which would be a problem later on. So Jinro does need to get an adequate amount of Vikings and not lose his Raven as well.
Now Jinro did decide to try siege tank dropping there. It didn't work out terribly well, but he is going to move across the map again. He does have more siege tank. This little group of Marines is going to be cleaned up pretty quickly. Jinro will be forced to fall back to his base, or decide to push. One of the two.
Looking at the economy tab, both players are almost even, of course. And what do you think? I mean, should he try to expand right now? I mean, I'm not the best TVT expert, so...
it'd be a little bit risky to expand right now. Jinro knows that Happy does have Banshees out on the field somewhere, or he could if he wanted to. He does have the capability to drop as well. So, I think Jinro wants to expand soon. Oh no, Kelly! Are you still there? Oh, good, you're back. Alright.
Yes.
Alright. That was a close one. But anyway, yeah, I think Jinro wants to expand. I think both of them want to expand, but they're not really in a position that either of them can really do that safely right now. They don't have the army to cover both of those areas at the moment. So, instead, we're going to see Junwei, or not Junwei, he was last game. We're going to see him Happy, put up a sensor tower to kind of watch for incoming drops. Jinro, in the meantime, putting a supply depot to watch for incoming drops. But Jinro playing very carefully.
Jinro has like a pretty insane amount of medivacs on the field at the moment, and he's getting his 4th one, so it's interesting. I think he just wants to keep his Marines alive as long as possible. At the same time, I kind of think he should be transiting into Vikings instead of getting so many medivacs.
I think Jinro wants to really try to rely on drops, but yeah, you're absolutely right. In this case, mostly you would want to get a lot of Vikings, the air advantage, or the air... Oh, Kelly! Again, the air domination is so important in a TVT. But what you can do is you can use those medevacs to drop creatively. Sometimes you can kind of get around to not having a lot of Vikings, but I think it is a little bit riskier. Here comes Happy, though. He's got a lot of SCVs. This could be very bad for Jinro. Stimming in to take out a lot of those Marines, the siege tanks. Now they're able to do a lot of damage. A great concave from Happy. Jinro's in huge trouble here. Jinro losing his entire army. What a brilliant attack from IMHappy. And Happy's going to be pretty happy about this because I think we're going to see a GG from Jinro pretty soon. Happy pulling up just outside the base of Jinro. He probably could have just rushed in and won the game right there, but wants to play very carefully. No reason to take any sort of risk at this point.
Well, his food supply is so much higher than Jinro, though, so... I mean, I guess the mistake was that Jinro overmade medivacs, and he didn't have enough ground army.
Yeah, lots of reinforcements coming in right now from IMHappy. Tons of units, 135 to 96 for the army tab. And here he comes again, he's just going to rush. Jinro does have a lot of Marines, but IMHappy just has a ton of tanks. He's just going to be able to roll right up the ramp. GG! IMHappy coming out of nowhere to snipe Liquid Jinro. And suddenly, things aren't looking quite as sure for the world champions. World champion foreigner team, that is. Uh-oh.